Hello there, Steve here in Sydney. I'm just going to talk about one of my favourite subjects, which is the social phenomenon known as pseudoskeptics, and how they are seen by the rest of the community. It's a fascinating thing. There's some very astute observers over the years who have debated them in depth, and they've come to some kind of fascinating conclusions. What I'm going to give you after a brief run through of how their operation goes is a potential cure to give them a much better internal life, much better for them personally. Astute observers, that's long-term observers who take careful notes, notice disturbing patterns in the behaviour of pseudoskeptics, specifically online. And what they notice is that the same robotic, drone-like, acidic responses, banal, simple explanations to talk everything down that has any exciting significance for the mainstream community. They do appear to wish there is no life after death. They do appear to deeply wish there are no mysteries in life, that everything is purely physical and simple and straightforward and black and white. And this has been picked up by numerous astute observers. They also ponder publicly in chat lines how people could ever get this way. How could you get to live such an unhappy drone-like existence where you resist the exciting mysteries, etc.? Well, I'm going to give you a physical brain explanation and a solution as well. The drone-like behaviour, the reflexive, silly, mundane, empty put-downs of everything marvellous to other people, the refusal to consider the possibility that mysteries contain new knowledge, running away from new knowledge, can be explained by something called, what would you call it, the reptilian response from people, which is a self-preservation thing. That's to get you away from predators and all that, with a fight or flight response, etc. The forebrain, the modern human forebrain that we have, which the apes don't have in such large quantity, makes us able to have creative and different takes on things. It enables things like humour, silly, nonsensical, playful responses to things, basically non-seriousness. Now, pseudoskeptics manifest the appearance of forever living in their fight or flight response. Their reptilian rear brain is continually controlling their thought processes, that they can never let go and allow their forebrains to make these creative, unusual connections between things. Which is why they make so many acid comments toward everybody else. It's a fight response, part of the fight or flight response, self-preservation. Now, so you basically got two brains working. What can you do with them? Well, I'm going to give you a potential solution for pseudoskeptics, which is going to enable you, if you're a pseudoskeptic, to have a much better internal life. And if you don't want that, you must ask yourself why you don't want to be happier for free. That's a major question. And I'm going to put this to the pseudoskeptic study community. There's a lot of people studying pseudoskeptics trying to figure out how they get that way. And I think it's because they're in permanent reptilian response. Now, here's the solution. The solution exists at a website called neilslade.com, where, based on 50 years of hard physical brain science, switching on the forebrain is done with something called amygdala clicking. So if you go to a website, you'll learn a few things. You might download a PDF book costing you about $15, which gives you a basic map of your brain physiology and the literal physical anatomy of it, and how parts of it can be literally turned off, disconnected by stress. So what if you are genetically born with a high level of permanent stress? It's just a digestive chemistry problem, and you could be permanently in a reptilian animal self-defense mode, which could be the source of much acidity toward other people. Now, Neil Slade will teach you in about a week or two how to click your amygdala forward and turn on your forebrain, which can cause remarkable pleasure endorphins to pulse right through your body. You learn to do this yourself. It's something you do internally, and it's verified by scientists in double-blind studies, etc., etc., etc. This is based on knowledge gained from MRI scans, physical autopsies, glucose studies in the brain, all sorts of wonderful things. So this is hard science. Okay, now you can go there, and from this hard science website, you can have a notably superior internal life by discovering that you can make physical changes in your own brain's operation. It's well worth a look at neilslade.com. You can find him on Google. Just look up amygdala clicking. And it's a wonderful, humorous, funny website. But I put it to you that every pseudo-skeptic who simply wants to pour scorn and disdain on everything around them is really having a very poor internal life, a low-quality internal life, and there is great compassion felt for you all by the mainstream community. And I'm offering this as a potential solution for any pseudo-skeptic who wants to have a better internal life. And of course, it's also going to work for anybody else who's vaguely interested in being happy. If you are not interested in being happy, then you are living a very drone-like, unhappy existence. I can't see what your point of living is, why you want to exist at all. So, for a better internal life, try neilslade.com. One more thing I will say to the pseudo-skeptics, which is a veritable army on the internet, is that if you have fervently subscribed to James Randi, Michael Shermer, Penn and Teller, all those loudmouthed, verbally violent, belligerent people who attack other people as a way of shoring up their own insecurities, I'll say to you that you've really just joined, not a skeptics group, you've joined a support group, something like Alcoholics Anonymous, except your problem is chronic fear, not chronic alcohol. Chronic meaning permanent. Venting your problem toward other people is not the solution. The solution is to go to Neil Slade's website, neilslade.com. Have a look there. It's simple, it's easy, you can do it. Anyone can do it. Why don't you have a look?